Yo, wagwan, people of the interwebs, it's that guy. Not Locks. This is Not Nation. The only place for your participation in the dreadlock community. Grow your freeform locks. Get those Congos. Live with the bongos. We are here spreading awareness and positivity and light and liberty on the freeform lock culture. Today's video, we are jumping into a big review on Trapland Pat out of South Florida. So without further ado, let's jump into this video. I appreciate you guys for stopping by here on a daily basis. If you haven't already, check the link down below to the Not Nation store, notnation.com, for all your merch needs. Today, Trapland Pat has been requested, and right off the bat, Trapland Pat reminding me of the Kodak black look. The same sort of wicks in these starting stages here. And we can see here Trapland Pat's hair has been separated out into wicks and rubber banded, with less than 10 dreads on his head entirely. So, you know, it's interesting to see guys like this with their hair in rubber bands, because at first glance it doesn't look like it's gonna even take or form into anything, but this is where patience really plays off, because the longer he holds in the rubber bands, the better the locks are gonna look in the long run. So he's come a long way since these stages here, from this Back to the Basics music video to where he is now. This is another look here with the stocking cap on, with the baby dreads kind of still underneath. A lot of people ask, yo, Not, what can I wear over my dreads at the beginning stages to keep them protected in a sense? And if your hair is short enough, these stocking caps work well. Even if you have long dreads, there's ways to manipulate this stocking cap so that it will accommodate all of your locks. So using these stocking caps, using Tams is a great way to go. Even using bandana sleeves like the one I have on right here, available on my Teespring store, are also great for keeping your locks kind of in place or out of the elements when they are starting to it looks pretty sick when they are starting to dread up in a sense. So I know Kodak wasn't the one that started this look, although this is more of a Florida thing in general. I like the way that Trapland Pat's dreads here kind of go up. They're not falling down, they're going in the opposite direction. They are defying gravity here. It's pretty insane to see the style. And you know, this is what I love about baby dreads the most, is the way that they kind of go all over the place. In that last photo, you can kind of see how much new growth he has that's in an afro state. His hair type being a 4A, 4B, his new growth coming in unmanipulated, no crocheting or retwisting or interlocking down there. Why? Because he wants to have thick roots. We all know that interlocking and retwisting thins the roots out. When you go into free forms, when you go into wicks, you tend to get a lot thicker roots, and this is the name of the game, essentially. The name of the game is to have thicker roots so that they become stronger, much stronger than any other form of dreadlocks. Moving over to his current state of locks, Trapland Pat's locks have evolved tremendously since that first video 2 years ago. And just to note, after only 2 years, this is where this dude's dreadlocks are at. We can still see some rubber banding happening on the middle shaft of some of these locks, but a lot of them, the rubber bands have been let loose and the free forms are now taking over. What I love about these set of freeform locks is the loose hair that is all over the place. Now with a type 4B hair, the loose hairs aren't frizzy, they are more I guess I would say like bally in a sense. Like frizzy hair even on myself can be a lot wispier, and then frizzy hair on this dude is a lot more in a dreadlock ball, and we can see it kind of forming on the edges here. We can also see how thick the roots have come into play, especially since the rubber bands have been taken off. His locks have just expanded enormously, creating this real unique look, creating this real bouncy look for his locks. Sick video, by the way. But we can definitely see, you know, his locks are going unmaintained, unmanipulated. He's just embracing them for what they are at this point, minus that one rubber band on his scalp. Right here, we can see a rubber band there. Maybe he's combining his lock together with some other lock. His locks right now at that length now, where they're not standing up anymore, they're starting to drop down, and it's only taken him 2 years to actually get to this point. So real unique look, and even amongst all of his brethren in the background, he's the only one with this hairstyle. So amongst a land of dreads, he's managed to find a real unique look of rocking his dreadlocks in his own way. Crazy to see that. So in all honesty, these locks are just going to end up becoming thicker and thicker as time goes on. That was this is such a cool video, so much good editing in here. Again, we can see that top dread with a couple rubber bands in there still. But for the rest of his hair, yeah, it's starting to drop down. Really reminds me of Sideshow Bob, actually. It's really the same sort of hairstyle. And we can see here that Pat also has like a side taper going on, just around the sides of his hair, kind of keeping them a bit more maintained, kind of giving him a high top look, but not so much. So I feel like there is a bit of a taper going on around here on the sides, you know, but definitely the strongest palm tree look I've seen on locks in a while. Wicks, bonks, dukes, globs, palms. There's so many names for these dreadlocks. And in this day and age, I guess it's true, we don't really need to call them dreads because there's nothing dreadful about them. It's an amazing hairstyle, especially since there's so many other terms coined for the word dreadlock now. We can call them pretty much whatever we want. The culture's kind of taken over in that sense. But just to point out, I don't feel that the word dreadlock or dread is a negative word. You know, I kind of like the play on word there where people think it's a negative term, but it's really just what we attach to the meaning itself. And, you know, I kind of like to turn it into an opposite, where if I say someone's dreads or someone's hair looks dreadful, I want that to be a positive connotation, meaning that their head is full of dreads. And I love to see heads full of dreads. So if you are a dreadful natty, that's a good thing in Knot's eyes. But I'm probably the only one in the world that might see it that way. A lot of people will disagree, but it's all good in the hood. I'm going to end this video here. I appreciate you guys stopping by here on the Knot Nation, representing South Florida today on this video with Trapland Pat. Go ahead and smash that subscribe button and hit that like button if you haven't already. And shout outs to Pat for holding down his lock game in Florida real strong. So I'm going to head out of here. I appreciate you guys stopping by every single day. Once again, hit the link down below, knotnation.com, for all your merch needs. And I will definitely see you guys in the next video. So until then, peace out, one love, stay happy, and natty. I'm gone. Adios, motherfuckers. Yeah.
The nation.